Now, shocking new research has revealed that 1 in 40 women have tried the tapeworm diet. Now, this fad diet was invented in Victorian times. It is highly dangerous and involves ingesting a live parasite. And we have to stress it's obviously harmful and indeed illegal, but it completely shocked us. Like 1 in 40 women, that's more than I thought. And of course, we see headlines all the time at the moment, various weight loss jabs to be had. There just seems to constantly be a pressure on all of us, men and women, to have to look a certain way. And it hasn't really changed over the years. We've all felt various pressures. I get, you've been in the front of many's a magazine. Have you ever felt that kind of stress to go to these extremes to look a certain way?
I think as I've gotten older and put on weight, I feel like there's always that desire to be the best version of yourself. And sometimes you look back 10 years ago and you think, was that the best version of myself? And yes, at maybe 20 or 30 it was at that time, but as a 45-year-old woman, I feel pretty fit and healthy now. But I do feel like when I first started my modelling career, it was kind of at the end of that trend and fashion where being really, really skinny was really fashionable. And as a model, they were the only models that were booking jobs. So there was pressure, but then also at the same time, we had that kind of rise in the lad mags. And all of a sudden you saw curvy women on the cover of magazines. And that's when I started booking a lot of work. And I started kind of appearing on the covers of FHM and Maxim, and it seemed that it was just more for the male gaze, that women loved skinny women, but men loved curvy women. So there was this real kind of divide. And it took me many, many years to make that crossover into being a more commercial, female-friendly model. And I'd always remember this, like my first photo shoot, actually quite a few photo shoots I did after that, which were for female-led magazines. I won't name which ones, but I'd always turn up and they would always have, like, either, like, a fluffy bunny rabbit or a little puppy or a kitten. And I think that the notion was that if they put me on the cover of a magazine, because I had boobs and I was curvy, that women might deem it too sexy. So if they didn't like me or my body, they would definitely like the animal. So people would still buy the magazine.
Oh,
because I couldn't understand it. And then it dawned on me that was the reason.
Yeah, it's just
extraordinary. Should be handed a fluffy rabbit.
Like, we've never really had like a woman with boobs on the cover of a magazine, but we'll give it a go. And if it doesn't work, we'll just like slip this little bunny rabbit in there, just in case. And I was always in pink and like very covered up. I was on a shoot the other day, and I had a short skirt on, and the editor was like pulling my dress down, and I was like, I've got good legs for a 45-year-old, and I was pulling my skirt up, and I've always been really confident in my body and not ashamed to be a curvier woman. And it makes me really sad that there's still that desire from young women to just strive to be a size that is just not genetically possible. It's just such a sad journey that they're going to be on, and I just feel I don't know where it comes from.
Exactly, and like we say, it's sort of fad, you know. At one stage you talk about that very skinny kind of heroin chic, as it was nicknamed, then suddenly a curvier look. That goes through like a fashion stage as well. So what girls are striving for, and young men now are striving for a certain look that will be different in 5 years anyway.
It's like I say to girls, you know, just don't go and get these bum implants. Don't go to the gym and do 5,000 squats, because in a minute big bums will be out. And then you've got to reverse it all. You've got to just try and go with what you have and not say, I want to be completely confident or I've got to love my body, because that's a huge mountain to climb if you don't feel that way. But work towards acceptance. I accept, like you say, this is my genetic... Be as healthy as you can. We know that being overweight isn't good for us, but don't try and go to a polar opposite. You know, if you've got a size 8 bum and you're trying to get a size 18 bum, that's madness, literally madness.
It's also very inward-looking, isn't it? And I just think when you're younger, you are very inward-looking. You're very insecure. You're questioning who you are, how you look.
Echo chamber.
If you just start, as you get older, you realise that no one really cares what you look like, and you start looking outward into other things, you have other interests. So much healthier.
Absolutely. Well said, Kelly.